and welcome to Trinity. We are so grateful to have you as part of our team. And a part of what we want to do is, this is a video series that is going to talk with you about what Trinity is all about, what we're not about. We're going to also try to give you some of the layouts of how to do some of the specific things in this video series, so that if you ever needed to go back and rewatch it, you can do that anytime. So we're going to be going over, there are going to be a lot of different steps and videos to this, but none of those videos really matter unless you understand this one. And this video is what Trinity is all about, and how it was created, and what we want to do for people. It's kind of our foundation. It's the concrete foundation under what it is we do. So I'm going to get started with this because this is something that I'm really passionate about. First, I want to tell you the story of Trinity. Trinity started a long time ago when I had roughly 10 years ago now, but I had a position that I was working at, and I just had an opportunity to staff someone. But this was what I'd known. I used to have to use staffing companies all the time, and they drove me crazy. But they didn't. It wasn't that they were just horrible. They did an okay job after a while, but I couldn't get them to listen to what it was that I needed as an employer. They would send over a lot of people with generalities of what we needed, but no one really paid attention to exactly what we needed. And so what happened was I ended up interviewing so many more people than I needed to. I would get them in our office, and I would know in 2 or 3 minutes that this was not the right fit for us. Sometimes I would know in the first 2 or 3 seconds, and it didn't matter how many times I gave them a description. Well, then we just could not seem to. It seemed like it took them about 10 people to get me just one. And so the reason that Trinity has been so successful is because we put such a heavy emphasis on really truly learning what our client needs and putting quality over quantity. There are many staffing companies, and they run a numbers game. So if you do this many interviews and you send this many candidates out, there's a high likelihood that one of them is going to hit. And so Trinity has actually spent a good part of our first half of our existence just trying to retrain our customers on what to expect from us, because we had a lot of people really frustrated with us at first because we didn't send them 5 or 10 people right out of the gate. What we were doing is we wanted to wait and find the right fit for them, do a really thorough job, and send them somebody that they could really consider. And over time, our customers have really gotten used to that, and they really appreciate it. That's one of the things that Trinity has been able to do that is different. But Trinity was also created because we want to be able to change people's lives in a good way. And if you're just being brought on to our team, you are going to be a part of this process. A long time ago, probably this was almost 20 years ago, I'd worked for a pretty large staffing company. I got one of my key jobs through that company. And in my process in going through that, I was ran through the numbers gamut and really was treated more like a number than a person. And one of the key things that we have to have each employee here understand and then start to incorporate into who it is that they are and what they do is we want to care about the people that we place. In our business, it's so very easy to get caught up into into the speed of things, and it's a big part of how we make our money is getting people placed. And sometimes it's very easy to put our personal interests, a lot of our staff gets paid through commission, but we put our commission check sometimes in front of an individual's life. We need to try to remember, this is something that makes Trinity so special, is to remember that we are dealing with people and their lives. They are going to be the ones that have to show up to this job every single day. And so we need to be very careful to not put our own interests in front of another person's interest. A great example is that on a recruiter side, if we can use our salesmanship to sell them into a job that they really don't want, and they're confused anyway. And if we oversell the job, well, they may go take something that they won't want, and it's not going to work out anyway because they're going to quit. And if you look at it long term, it's much, much better to be able to just help them find something that they want and place them there. In the long run, everyone's going to be happier in that instance. That's something that I did a long time ago when I very first started, is I used my ability to sell to talk people into taking a position that we really wanted to fill. But looking at it, from a long-term standpoint and looking at it from afar, that was really the wrong thing to do, because what we had done is place them in a position that they just weren't going to be successful in and enjoy. And I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. And so I just want our staff to be able to make a commitment, to commit to trying to help both our employers get what they need and our employees to get what they need, and not take advantage of either one of their positions, all for the sake of being able to make a commission check. It's just really backwards when you look at it that way. And it's real easy to get caught up into it, because I did that myself really early on in our company's history. But I want that to be a staple in what Trinity stands for. What you do matters. Whether you're in sales for us, whether you're in the front desk with us, whether you're in payroll with us, or whether you're a recruiter with us, what you do really, really matters. I want everyone on our team to never forget what it was like when you were interviewing to go to work here at Trinity. There are certain things that happened. There's a level of anxiety trying to figure out, hey, is this the right fit for me? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this the right team? Are they going to treat me really good, or are they going to treat me really bad? There are all of these things and thoughts that are going through your head. Sometimes it's like, do I even need to be in this kind of career? Do I need to change? And it's just a big mix of uncertainty that happens. And I really think that it's important for our team to never forget that when we're meeting with different individuals, bringing them in, that is a part of the process of what they're going through. Same thing on our customer side. If you're a salesman with us, our customers are trying to figure out who we are, are we the right fit for them? And we need to try to remember that while we're going through our process and doing our jobs, because we want to be the type of company that always does the right thing. And when we do that, we impact people in a much greater way than just providing them a job or providing a company an employee. We're changing the way people view people. In our society right now, very few people just go around and have a consistency at always doing the right thing. And Trinity wants to commit to doing that. And I want to tell you what to expect when you do that. There are going to be some times when people or circumstances are going to run over us as a team, or you personally. And it's going to hurt, and it's going to bother you, and it's going to frustrate you. But I want you to know that it's okay, because when you look at it long term, doing the right thing over and over and over again, it's never going to lose. It's just not. It's just that it takes a lot longer to see the reward for doing that. You know, in doing that early on in our company's history, we've really developed a strong reputation in town about how we do business. And I want to train everyone in our staff to grasp that concept and make that a part of who we are as a team, because in the long run, it'll win when we just make sure and we treat everyone well and do the right thing, regardless, even if sometimes it costs us money, that we're doing the right thing. Also, we are going to treat both our employees well and our employers well, even when they don't treat us well. And this is probably the hardest thing that I'm going to ask of our team is, and I'm not saying to lay down and just get trampled on. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we can be firm but treat people well. I've been a part of other staffing companies in the past when I used to use them quite often. And boy, I'll tell you, if a candidate did something that wasn't right, boy, they would let them have it. And it was just a crazy experience. It was, I've even heard it over the phone a couple of times. I never want Trinity to be that type of company. I don't want us to get to where we're taking our frustrations out on either our employees or our customers. If we do it to our customers, we'll always get fired. But we have some of our recruiters would potentially have an opportunity to release some of their frustrations out on our employees. And that is just not at all what I want to have happen. And let me tell you, recruiters, some of our employees, they are going to not treat you well. They're not going to do what they say they're going to do. And they're going to do some of the craziest things that you've ever thought of. And part of it is going to hurt your reputation. But let me tell you how to hurt your reputation even more. And that is to get angry about it and take your anger out on the candidate. It never, ever works. You'll have mud on your face. They'll have mud on their face, and no one is happy. And so what we always want to do, we always want to take the professional road. We can be direct with our candidates and our employees. And we can tell them straight up how a circumstance is and be firm. But we don't have to be cruel with it. And what I mean by that is we never ever want to get personal. We never ever want to use sarcasm in the way that we work with our employees. Sarcasm, it makes you feel good, but it just makes the situation worse. We want to remain professional regardless of how much they might be yelling and cursing at us. We never, I don't want any of our employees to feel like they have to take that. We can hang up the phone politely. But before we hang up, we can say, I'm sorry, but I cannot sit and listen to this anymore. I'm going to have to hang up the phone because of the way you're treating me, and then hang up the phone. We don't have to lay down and take it, but we also don't want to fight back with that kind of behavior. And so we want to always make sure that we're doing the right thing. We have the opportunity at Trinity to change lives in a good way because of the contacts that we have made. If you're a salesperson, I want our salespeople to look at what they are doing. They are creating, or they have the opportunity to create opportunities for people in their career that they normally would not have had they not come into contact with us and had a salesperson like yourself that created that job order or created that relationship with that company. What we do is we are creating really good opportunities for people to expand in their career. Some people have been unemployed for months, and they met us, we believed in them, and we found a really great opportunity for them. Whether you're in sales or whether you're in recruiting, you are going to notice this throughout your time with us. That's what we're going to do. There are going to be a lot of people that greatly appreciate you because of that. If you're a recruiter with us, you are going to have an opportunity to really directly impact many people's lives. You're going to help change so many people in Tulsa that it's absolutely crazy. And so in a way, you have a piece of changing Tulsa in a better way because of the magnitude of people that you'll be working with. There will be families that will be changed because of your involvement in their life. And so it is, being a recruiter or a salesperson, being at Trinity, it gives us a great opportunity to help people. And so we always want to remember that what we do matters, and it matters because of the way that we impact other people. You will find people 5-10 years down the line that don't even work with us anymore, and they will come and tell you how grateful they are for you. And so I'm excited for everyone here because of the opportunities that we all have to impact other people in Tulsa and other areas that we staff for as well, in a really big and impactful way. Lastly, in this story about Trinity, I want to tell you about the formula that I read in a book called EntreLeadership that I have made our mission statement. And the concept and the mindset has helped us to be able to grow every single year. We've never not grown in Trinity's history so far. We've always been able to add to, and this is the reason why. The formula that I want us to incorporate into our heads, and it leads us to an unimaginable success. You can incorporate this into your life as well. And whatever you put this formula into, you are most likely going to be successful in. And this is it. When we have a focused intensity, meaning that we focus our time and we do the very best that we can, we have a focused intensity over time, and we multiply that by God, meaning that we are going to do the right things over and over and over again. We're going to treat people well. We're going to do the right things with people. We're not going to put ourselves first. We're going to try to put others' needs ahead of ours. So focused intensity over time multiplied by God, it equals an unstoppable momentum. And so if you want to be successful in Trinity, if you will follow this equation or this module or model, it's almost guaranteed to create success because you're putting certain actions with a certain behavior. And when you put those actions with the right kind of behavior, you're going to be successful at almost anything that you do, and certainly in Trinity because we embrace this model. So focused intensity over time multiplied by God, it equals an unstoppable momentum for everyone on our team. So thank you so much for listening to this video, and we're going to get started on some of the details.